Hey all, this is the advanced entering video. Okay, as discussed in the book, I give two options for entering. The first, the prime option is entering after the signal, right, in the direction of the signal, right? As a second option, and what I'm going to go over in this video, is entering at the 50% rule. So it's the same as in what's in part 2 and part 3 of the engulfing trader, except you're using the benefit of a possible retracement in order to enter a trade. Now, the benefits of this is it allows you to have a tighter stop and thus can give you a higher reward. However, and I have to use a however in this case, it does not happen all the time. A retrace only happens around 30 to 40% of the time. So just be aware of that. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's look at what it looks like. All right? The benefits of having a tighter stop, however, you know what I'm talking about there. It is a major benefit. It means we don't have to risk as much, but we still have a valid and high probability signal. Okay, so let's get into it. Well, here's a weekly resistance zone on the New Zealand US daily. Right? We had this big bearish engulfing, right? Breaking all these previous candles, breaking the lows. And so what you can do is if you wanted to enter this and you just saw this is too much risk, you can place an order to sell at the 50% zone. Simple, yeah? This is where you place your stop. Same as before. Above the high. Nothing different. Alright? Here's a second example. Price came up to this resistance zone, gave a nice pin bar, then a bearish engulfing. Okay? You saw this bearish engulfing close down here. You wanted to get in the market, but you didn't want to risk the whole complete candle. You enter in at the 50% retracement zone. You just place a sell order. And as you can see, it just got filled right here. So this is the signal. This is the 50%. Now, in order to get the 50%, right, you add from the wick bottom to the wick top. So it's from the extreme low to the extreme high. Very simple. Right. Now, the reason that the 50% works so many times as well, when it does retrace, is because that's a Fibonacci area. In between the 50% and the 61.8 is a high probability turnaround zone. Once you've got a bias of a certain direction or a trend. And if you remember, the engulfing candles are one of the best forms of biases and the direction of the trend. Okay, so let's have a look at this on another pair. This is the AUD US dollar daily. Now, it doesn't matter what pair it is either, as long as you're following the process as outlined in part 1, part 2, and part 3 of the engulfing trader. This is the same process. We're just looking at different entering rules here. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a bearish engulfing here, resistance. Okay, previous resistance, next time resistance. Okay, price comes down, gives a nice bearish engulfing, meaning you want to go short. However, instead of going short straight away, you can enter at the 50% rule, which allows you to have smaller risk and bigger reward. As the second example on this pair, had a big bullish engulfing candle, right? Instead of entering after the candle, you could have entered at the 50% rule and then placed your order right here to go bullish, right? Because this was a break above, so this is a bullish signal, right? This is resistance becoming support, and then price went north. And so that's basically it in a nutshell, guys. It's the only difference is you just got to remember that, these retraces don't happen all the time. And that's why it's an optional aspect, but it's an optional advanced form of entering as outlined in the book. However, when it does happen, it can offer some really good risk to reward and allows you to have less risk. Well, thanks for watching and happy trading.